So a friend of mine on Sunday gave me a book called The Gospel According to Zen. And this is an out of print book. It's just a really little, just tiny little book. It has tape on it to keep the binding together, which I freaking love. But it's a bunch of just different little essays and koans comprised of a bunch of different authors. So you have like D.T. Suzuki, Alan Watts, Krishnamurti, and the little subtitle here says an extraordinarily ecumenical collection of readings in the new consciousness of post-Christian man. And I just love that so much. If you have been a part of the channel for any length of time, you'll know that my story, I come from a Christian background, pastor's kid, was in ministry, I left, did the whole quote deconstruction thing and ventured mostly to Eastern traditions and have now re-engaged the Christ path in a way that is not in competition with the world religions, but rather a contributing voice for the unique path of the mystic oneness that is shown in the life of Jesus. And so I love all things Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism. I love Zen. I wrote a little book called Koans of Christ, and just bringing Jesus' teachings in a way that is more trying to shake us out of our perceived paradigms of reality. So this little book has been just captivating to me. It's Thursday, and I've had it since Sunday morning. My friend gave it to me, and it's just been captivating me. But I will say, my friend that gave me this gift, I was so grateful to receive it because my love language is old, weird, out of print books. And I have just loved it. And it's confronting something within me, though. I'm feeling a little confronted that I don't give enough gifts. Like, I don't feel like I give enough gifts to people, you know? Like physical gifts, like things, like generosity. One of the fruits of the Spirit is generosity. And I'm just like, shit, like I feel like I want to give more because of how much joy it's brought me to be reading this book. And every time I read it, I'm just so grateful for it. And then as I've been, just thinking about this and trying not to should on myself, because anytime you should on yourself, it stinks. You know what I mean? Little dad joke there for you. I have 2 kids. Forgive me. But, not feeling bad about it. Also, Enneagram 4 vibes. But I definitely have been just, again, confronted with this feeling of wanting to have more of a loose grip with my stuff and my things. And then I come across this. I've been reading this, and this morning I come across on page 53 these 2 little stories, one of which is a Zen story, and the other actually comes from one of Jesus' words. So one of his teachings, rather. So I just thought, without further ado, to read to you the 2 things that I came across whenever I was contemplating this idea of being more open-handed and generous. And then I read some shit like this. So first is the words of Jesus. It says, if a man wants to sue you for your coat, let him have it, and your overcoat as well. If anybody forces you to go a mile with him, do more. Go 2 miles with him. Give to the man who asks anything from you, and don't turn away the man who wants to borrow. And I just think about how sometimes I'm so damn stingy about my stuff. Like I'm so territorial about my things for some reason. And not that I feel like I hoard or I'm greedy or anything like that, but just that, like that heart of sharing. Not that I'm opposed to it. It doesn't come to mind to give a gift like this, like my friend did for me. And I want it to more. So right after that is this short Zen story. It says, Ryokan, a Zen master, lived in the simplest kind of life in a little hut by the foot of a mountain. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? One evening, a thief came and visited the hut, only to discover that there was nothing in it to steal. Ryokan returned and caught him. He said, "You may have come a long way to visit me," he told the prowler, "and you should not return empty-handed. Please, take my clothes as a gift." The thief was bewildered. He took the clothes and slunk away. Ryokan sat naked, watching the moon. "Poor fellow," he mused. "I wish I could give him this beautiful moon." And as I sat with that, in light of Jesus' words and the Zen master's words, there's just nothing in this world that's theirs. There's nothing to possess here. There's no thing that isn't to be shared with everyone. And I was just thinking about how our Western man mind, it's so conditioned, it's so cultivated, it's so curated for just greed. It's so curated to just get what's mine and to hoard what's mine and to hold what's mine and protect what's mine and to take from others so that I can grow mine. And even Jesus says in other places that, basically, woe to the man who has enough and then gets more and decides, I'll build more barns to put more of my shit in. And he warns that moths and rust will come and take all of your treasures of this earth away, that truly you can take nothing with you. You came into this world naked, and you will leave it naked as well. And it's just a reminder in this day and age, especially in this late stage capitalism that we find ourselves in, that everybody is just sort of grabbing at every little bit at the bottom of the barrel, just trying to itch and scrounge and scrape whatever last little bit they can, as we all wait our impending sort of doom that awaits for us as this sort of world spirals out of control with all of the insanity that's taking place right now. Everybody just sort of grabbing what's theirs, what they perceive to be theirs, but realizing nothing is truly ours. And that who we are, even in this body, that this body is not even ours. That's what I find fascinating about the Jesus story. He says, I can lay my body down and I can take it up again. It's not as important as you think, this material, physical realm. It's only here to provide the atmosphere, to provide the vehicle, to provide the way for realizing who you are inside, within this experience of life. And so for me, this gift that my friend has given me is more than just a book. He's given me a different gift. He's given me the gift of remembering that I am not even my own. That everything that I think I possess is not actually mine. He's given me the gift of realization that I've been kind of closed-handed in ways that I didn't even realize. And so as I pry this hand open, I feel this sense of openness coming within my being. More and more open, more and more open. Less attached, less clinging, less sort of just trying to preserve from a scarce mindset, and more from the open abundance. Jesus says that I've come that you would have life in its abundance. That only happens when you realize that there is a never-ending supply around you of everything all the time, and that there's nothing to hoard. And so, the gifts that we give is physical. And even as I said at the beginning of this video, it's like, I want to give better gifts physically, but even to, I guess, spiritually, that is such a gift. Sometimes material things open the doorway to spiritual things. And so while I cherish this little book and have just burnt through it probably way too quickly, I'm grateful for the gift of openness. The reminder of openness. So that is my revelation for today, friends. And if you're curious more about this work and more about what it means to live from that well of living water within, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and reach out if you have any questions, for sure. And give some good freaking gifts, man. That's what I'm going to be doing.